You know that quiet moment when a man is most open to falling deeply for you? It's not during a candle-lit dinner. It's not when you're laughing over drinks. And it's not even in the middle of intimacy. It's in that stillness right before he drifts off to sleep beside you. That moment when the room is dark, all distractions fade away, and you're both lying there as your truest selves. That's when he looks at you in a way that's more than just desire. It's about connection, about wanting you fully, about choosing you again and again. And here's something most women don't realize. What you wear to bed during those quiet hours actually speaks volumes. It's not about dressing like a model or spending money on expensive fabrics. No, it matters because your bedtime style sends a message without you saying a single word. It tells him how confident you feel, how comfortable you are in your own skin, and how relaxed you are around him. It shows him your natural beauty, the kind that doesn't need effort or pretense. You're not forcing anything. So in this moment, I want to share 5 things men secretly love to see you wear to bed, and why each one stirs up something different inside him. Some are soft, some are bold, some whisper, "I'm all yours," and others tease, "You couldn't handle me even if you tried." Once you understand even one of these, you'll have him thinking about you every time his head hits the pillow, even when you're not there. There's a quiet magic in wearing his t-shirt to bed. It touches a part of a man's heart that fancy lingerie never quite reaches. It isn't about putting yourself on display or being overly sexual, but when he watches you slip into his shirt, especially when it hangs loosely on your body, something shifts in him. It flips a switch that goes deeper than basic desire and reaches into feelings like protectiveness, closeness, and longing. In that one simple act, you're telling him something words could never fully express. I'm yours. Most men might never be able to explain it, but they feel it in their bones. Maybe he gives you a knowing smile. Maybe he pulls you close without thinking. Or maybe he just gazes at you in a way that says everything he can't put into words. Beneath that, there's a quiet storm of emotion brewing. Gentle but powerful. His t-shirt on your skin is more than just fabric. It carries his scent, his energy, little pieces of his daily life, and now you're wrapped in all of that. That connection, even if he doesn't consciously realize it, hits differently. It tells him you feel safe with him. It shows him you've stepped into his world in a soft, beautiful way. It gives him comfort to see you choose something that belongs to him. It makes him feel like you've claimed him in a subtle, irresistible way. And while men rarely admit it, they love being claimed by the woman they desire. But it's more than just the shirt. It's the way it drapes over your figure, the sight of your bare legs beneath, your slightly messy hair, and the way the fabric brushes your skin as you move. It's the effortless sensuality of the whole moment. You're not putting on a performance, you're just existing. Soft, feminine, and wrapped in something that carries his masculine energy. That blend of opposites pulls him in like nothing else. He sees you moving through his space without needing permission. You didn't wait for him to hand you the shirt, you simply took it, wore it, and curled up beside him as if it were the most natural thing in the world. That quiet confidence stays in a man's mind. It creates real intimacy, the kind that makes him want to hold you tight and never let you go. Because here's the truth. Sex might grab a man's attention for a moment, but emotional closeness is what stays. That's what lingers in his mind when he's lying in bed later thinking about you. That's what keeps you in his thoughts long after he's fallen asleep. When he sees you in his shirt, it blurs the line between physical attraction and emotional connection. Suddenly, he's not just thinking about tonight. He's imagining mornings with you, hair tousled, eyes soft, still in that shirt, holding a warm cup of coffee as you curl up in a blanket. That image plants the idea of something lasting in his mind. And don't overlook the comfort this brings him. Even the strongest, most independent men crave emotional safety. When you wear something of his, it sends a signal back to him that says, "You're enough. Your presence is enough. I want you close to me." That hits deeper than anything fancy or elaborate ever could. If you're wondering what to wear to bed that won't just catch his eye for a night, but will stay etched in his heart, reach for his t-shirt. Not the stylish one, not the one you think he'll admire most. Go for the old, soft, cozy one that smells like him. That shirt doesn't shout for attention. It quietly says, "I'm yours." And for a man who's falling in love, there's nothing more magnetic than that. There's also a quiet kind of allure in wearing a simple, well put together pajama set. It isn't loud or flashy, but when you walk into the room in clean, matching sleepwear, something inside him pauses. He notices, and in that moment, he's thinking, she really has herself together. That thought isn't just admiration, it's a mix of respect and desire. Wearing coordinated pajamas shows him you care for yourself, that even in your private time you take pride in how you show up. It doesn't have to be expensive. Maybe it's a silky camisole with shorts, a soft ribbed set, or a button-up top with matching bottoms. What matters is that you chose it purposefully. You didn't just grab whatever was lying around. That small act of self-care radiates an energy he can sense. Men are drawn to women who seem effortlessly confident, who don't try too hard to be sexy, but somehow are. The kind of woman who doesn't seek attention, but earns it simply by being herself. In a world where so many feel the need to reveal everything, the woman who chooses elegance and grace leaves a lasting mark. She becomes unforgettable, not only for how she looks, but for how she makes him feel calm, intrigued, and deeply connected. There's even a different kind of fantasy here. He's seen flashy lingerie in movies and on screens, but seeing you look gorgeous in something as simple as pajamas, that's real. That's the kind of woman he dreams of waking up beside. The one who's naturally sensual without ever putting on a show. You don't need to be perfectly put together. There's space for playfulness, the top slipping off your shoulder, the fabric grazing your skin just so, or maybe it doesn't cling to your body at all, but it's the way you wear it that makes him want to pull you closer. It creates emotional ease too. A woman who takes care of herself inspires a man to rise higher. He doesn't just see someone to pursue. He sees someone who carefully chooses where she gives her energy. That kind of woman has a pull that's impossible to ignore. You stop being someone who simply fits into his plans. You become the woman he imagines building a life with. The matching pajamas quietly say, "I'm relaxed, but I notice. I'm easygoing, but not careless. I want comfort, but I still value style." That balance drives a man wild in the best way, because he realizes sexy isn't about showing more skin, it's about having standards. It's about knowing your worth. It's about showing up as your best self, even if no one sees you but him. So the next time you choose what to wear to bed, don't see it as just sleepwear. Think of it as part of how you hold yourself. Not for him, first, for you. Because when you feel confident, he can't miss it. When you love the way you look, he'll love it even more. And when he watches you enter the room with all the grace, ease, and beauty you carry, he won't just want you for the night. He'll start seeing you as part of his every night. Now, wearing nothing but underwear to bed isn't about trying to impress him with your body. It's about energy. It's not about having a perfect figure, flawless curves, or anything edited. It's about presence. A woman who walks into a room wearing just her underwear and nothing else sends a message stronger than, "Look at me. She's saying, I'm comfortable being seen, I'm not hiding, I fully accept myself. That level of confidence shakes a man, in the best way. Yes, most men are initially drawn by what they see, but what truly holds them is how you carry yourself, how open you are, how little you care about being judged or measured. That's what stays with him. When a woman stops trying to be perfect and simply embraces her body as it is, she becomes magnetic, because then she's not asking for approval, she's offering an invitation. She's inviting him into her world, her rhythm, her softness. There's something powerful about that simplicity. Just underwear, no extra effort, no masks. And that alone lights up a man's imagination. He notices the curve of your back, the way your body moves in soft light, the way you stretch or sit cross-legged beneath the covers. Every small gesture feels personal, intimate, and real. There's no act, no shield. That kind of openness is unforgettable. You don't need lace if lace isn't your style. You don't need a matching set unless it honestly makes you feel good. There's only one rule: wear what makes you feel incredible in your own skin. It might be a playful cotton brief, a sleek high waist, or a simple thong. The specific piece doesn't matter. What matters is how it makes you feel. That feeling shows in your body language, in your voice, in the way you look at him, and that's what he responds to most. There's also something freeing for him when he sees you in just your underwear. It's not just a visual thrill, it gives emotional comfort. It shows him you're comfortable with him, that you're not hiding, that you trust him enough to let your guard down. That kind of trust creates deep connection. And don't underestimate the power of anticipation. Many think mystery means covering up more, but sometimes showing less in just the right way is even more powerful, because now his imagination connects directly to reality. And you didn't have to say a word. Your energy spoke for you. You don't need a performance. You are the experience. It's also in how you act when you're wearing it. You don't need to pose. You don't need to turn it into a scene. Just be you. Pour a glass of wine, light a candle, laugh, curl up, talk, all while owning your presence in nothing but your underwear. That mix of being natural, confident, and quietly intimate leaves an imprint on a man. It makes him feel lucky. It makes him feel chosen. And it pulls him toward that side of you that only shows up in those late hours when the world fades away. So yes, wear only your underwear to bed, not for attention, not to impress, but as a quiet statement of who you are. You're not trying to be sexy, you already are. And the man who gets to witness that without any effort or show feels like he's seeing a version of you no one else ever does. That's what keeps him wanting to stay close. You might think an oversized hoodie couldn't possibly be one of the sexiest things to wear to bed. But that's exactly what gives it its power. It's unexpected. Most women assume men only notice what's tight, revealing, or obviously sensual. But ask any man who's seen the woman he wants walking across the room in just a hoodie, and he'll tell you, something stirs inside him in that moment. It awakens something protective, something primal. It's not really about the hoodie. It's about the contrast, the soft material brushing against your bare legs, the way it hangs loosely, covering just enough to spark curiosity while still hinting at your shape. It's oversized, so it's cozy, but it also feels like his, or at least it gives that impression. And that's part of what makes it irresistible. You've taken something that seems like it belongs to him and made it yours without effort. That draws a man in, because in your most relaxed state, you've blended ease with sensuality. You're saying, I didn't try to look perfect tonight. This is just me. And if the hoodie actually is his, even better. It's no longer just fabric. It's a sign. A sign that you feel so at home in his world that you can slip into his things, move through his space, and make it yours without asking. That quiet confidence gets under a man's skin in the best way. It's playful, it's real, and it makes him want to be closer. Not just because you look adorable, but because you've become part of his world in a way that feels so natural. There's also something deeply comforting about a woman in a hoodie. It softens the air around her. It feels familiar, safe, like lazy Sundays, late-night movies, or slow afternoons where time almost disappears. And that mix of feeling at ease while still craving you is rare for a man. So when he experiences it with you, it hits differently. You're more than just sexy, you're soothing, and that combination creates something deeply emotional. What makes the hoodie so attractive is that you're not trying to put on a show. You're not stepping in with lace and a plan. You're simply being real, relaxed, and quietly confident. That honesty, wrapped in soft fabric, pulls him closer because now he's curious about what's underneath. Not just your clothes, but your heart. He wants to know the woman in the hoodie, the one who doesn't need to perform but still leaves him completely breathless. You can look stunning without a trace of makeup and still silence him with how effortlessly beautiful you are. And maybe the most surprising part? It makes him feel chosen. That hoodie isn't your most glamorous outfit, it's your most comfortable one. And if you've chosen to wear it around him, if you feel that relaxed in his presence, it speaks volumes. It shows you trust him. You feel safe with him. You're not dressing to capture his attention. You're dressing for connection. That's when a man stops simply thinking you're hot and starts feeling like you're rare. It's no longer about what's on your body. It's about how you make him feel while wearing it. So next time you think sexy has to be complicated, remember the oversized hoodie, the one that covers you up but somehow makes him want you even more, the one that turns your comfort into his desire, because sometimes the most irresistible version of you is the one that's just being herself. And then there's lingerie. The word alone stirs up so many images: lace, silk, garter belts, black straps, seductive glances. But here's the thing. The most luxurious lingerie in the world means nothing if you don't feel incredible in it. That's the secret many women don't realize. What truly excites a man isn't the lace itself. It's you in the lace. It's the woman who wears it with intention. The woman who didn't put it on just to perform, but to express a side of herself that's already alive. When she walks into the room carrying that energy, he feels it instantly. Men may not say it aloud, but here's what's really on their minds. They don't want you to wear lingerie only for them. They want you to wear it for yourself first, and then invite them into that moment. That changes everything. When a woman seems hesitant, fidgeting, and second-guessing how she looks, it interrupts the magic. But when she appears confident, wearing it like she's stepping into her playful, powerful self, it's magnetic. At that point, it's not even about the lace or satin anymore. It's about the energy she radiates while wearing it. Maybe your vibe is a strappy black piece. Maybe it's a soft satin robe, loose enough to hint at what's beneath. Maybe it's a bodysuit that fits your curves perfectly. Or maybe it's a silky slip that brushes your thighs in just the right way. The details don't really matter. What matters is that it matches your essence, that it makes you feel good. Because when you're confident, he senses it too, and not just with his eyes. He feels it in your breath, in the way you move, in the softness of your voice. That's what true seduction is about, not fabric but energy. Many women believe they need to copy what they see online or in magazines, but that's where the disconnect begins. What works for someone else might not feel right for you if it doesn't reflect who you are. And here's the truth. Men are far more tuned in to authenticity than we give them credit for. They might enjoy the fantasy, but what they crave most is a woman who feels free in her own skin, expressing her sensuality in her unique way. That's what makes her unforgettable. When you choose lingerie because you want to, you change the whole dynamic. You're not asking, do you like this? You're saying, I love how this feels, and I'm letting you see this part of me because I want to. That small shift changes everything. It transforms the moment. It draws him in, not just because of how you look, but because of the energy you're giving off. This isn't just physical attraction anymore. He's intrigued. He's present with you in a deeper way. Lingerie stops being clothing and becomes a choice. Not an obligation, not something you feel pressured to wear, but something you reach for when the mood strikes, when you feel bold or playful or mysterious. And sometimes it's not even about intimacy, it's about embracing your feminine energy, feeling beautiful for your own sake. Ironically, that's when it becomes most captivating, when it's not even about seduction at all. So if you ever slip into lingerie, let it be intentional. Let it reflect your mood, your personality, your unique style. Don't wear it because you think you're supposed to. Wear it because it enhances who you already are. That's when he doesn't just see a sexy woman. He sees someone grounded in her identity. And that, more than lace, silk, or anything else, is magnetic. In the end, it's not about lingerie versus a hoodie. It's not silk against cotton. It's about whatever makes you feel alive. It's about the quiet strength you carry when you walk into a room, the calm confidence that says, I know who I am, and I'm okay being seen. Because men aren't only drawn to what they see, they're pulled in by what you emit. When you wear something that makes you feel sensual, whether playful, peaceful, or fully relaxed, you invite him into a version of you that's authentic, rare, and unforgettable. Maybe it's his t-shirt, maybe it's your favorite pajamas, maybe it's just your underwear, a hoodie you can't stop wearing, or a little lace number that whispers, this is who I am tonight. The most powerful thing you can ever wear to bed is your true self. That raw, confident, untamed part of you. If you found yourself smiling while reading this or thinking that feels like me, or even better, I might try that tonight, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss moments that bring more love, passion, and closeness into your life. And in the comments, tell me honestly, what's your go-to thing to wear at night? Which of these ideas are you secretly tempted to try? I'll be reading, responding, and maybe even sharing a few fresh suggestions you hadn't thought of yet. Because you deserve to feel desired, not just during the day, but in those quiet, personal moments at night. That's when your energy speaks louder than anything you could wear.